There's the Sage for Empire and the double.
Ooh.
No, not for Monarch. The Sage for them too. So no double duelist coming through this time. And we get the Fades for the Sages. I'm sorry, the Skies. And yeah, a bit different across the board except for the Omen and Viper. Very cool.
Yeah, they're taking an approach to what Empire did. Empire loses the different comp. They switch it up into this more traditional one.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Monarch do, only that duelist difference. And I do feel like I've seen Cora on the Sage back when like it was like Icebox was in the pool, because that was a common switch up that teams like to experiment with. So I think she'll definitely be familiar with it, and I do think she can hold her own in a fight around mid space. So that's how I think it's going to function on their starting side of the defense, just a little bit more. And again, these are just kind of stability-based comps instead of momentum-based comps, which makes sense when you see on paper how close these teams could actually be.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of how the game would even play out in head, just looking at their stats, whether it would be util-based or shooting-based. You can't tell. It is a toss-up. It's going to be exciting to see these 1-1 teams go at it. Remember, you need to make it all the way to 4 to get yourself locked in. So they still have a ways to go here. And it's not going to get any easier when you win. That's Swiss stage. So they got to be really adamant about these wins, careful, and take what you can from them, especially the losses.
And we mentioned as well, both of these teams were kind of big roster mania shuffle ones after qualifiers, teams trying to find homes, spots, participation in the Swiss stage, and it's just gonna be a matter of which of them click faster because they don't have as many reps as 5 under their belts. And again, when I look at like just the eye test of the names in the server, I do go towards, I think, Simulacra and Cora as super strong standalone players, and for Empire, that's where I think they could have the edge with Sia, Sober Sushi, and Arthur, and just the experience that they have on this side, which honestly I might just be shocked by, because I do feel like I've seen Peep and Clappy also have their fair share of top frags on this team across their short Swiss stage debut so far, but we'll have to see.
I feel like Scrappy always wins in the unknown, right? It's kind of the thing that you can always rely on if things are going wrong. If the strat's not going well, if you're still Scrappy, it's something you fall back to. And it looks like we're getting ready to hop on to Split here for your second game in just a moment. First one, or second game of the day. First one, 2-0. Let's try to get 3 out of this one. Let's try to get some 3-mapper. Because we had 2-0 last week, too.
Action.
Let's get some action.
Oh, wow.
All right. Swiss stage round 3 for VCT Game Changers North America. We're jumping in now, and it is going to be Empire versus Monarch X.
Oh, that logo. I feel like that's a newer stepping into Game Changer. We'd love to see it in Empire's return as well. But yep, Split here. Already about to jump into the action once again. Monarch X starting on that the defensive side. Empire on that attack. And I do feel like the Neon's going to be a bit harder to stop in those sort of early round engagements compared to the Rays on this attack. But Seas can stop either one in their tracks. So the Fade playing front and center here. Could be in for a rude awakening early on.
Close to drop. All is quiet. All right.
You proud?
Forward a bit of information, yeah. They already have control of B main too. What a peek out on this. And they're going back. Insta wall B main, peek out A main. And they have a lockdown with this wall on mid if anybody wants to even try to push through with a grenade to just lob in. Nice little defense. Huge regrowth from the sky. They'll be picking up on that. Ideally, that these players are going to play a little bit aggro on the barrier drop now this time around. But they've gotten burned for it for the time being on the pistol. No entry here towards Zay's side, so your Sage has to regroup. You have to hope they give up the timing in. With Sadia here, I feel like they're playing like a one-and-done contact position, not fighting back into the site, and the rotations would come through. Yeah. And that they are. Double invent, triple and ramp. Oh no. Scary thing. Yeah, they're going to swing it once they know it's only one. Blair goes down without Simulacra being really able to trade from the vent area, but they still have A. This is Acidia now. Doesn't have a drop out of heaven just yet, so this could also be a one-and-done position. Just denied on one. The distance there can't recalibrate for the second shot, and Sober Sushi opens up the site.
Okay. Plant down. Arthur playing a bit alone for the main regrab and somehow survives off of a whiff, but the trade from Simulacra immediate. It's all down to Sober Sushi. We hyped her up and she has to deliver, but unfortunately the tag team off of Fade does not work. Monarch X from opening up aggressively to closing it out will be the first to strike and get that pistol on the board.
A clean retake. Lost a few right in the beginning, too, trying to get the screen peek that was nicely doubled up. And yeah, starting themselves in a good pocket to get that 5v4 conversion right off a very fast kill from Blair right away. So trying to put something in the bucket to work off right away. You like that kind of initiation by a team. And we'll see if Empire can do that. Or something funky on the second one. Clappy looks like they want to get a slide into heaven or somewhere effective with this Bucky.
Well, mid-fight hefty without a stage wall there could definitely spell game plan for Empire. And that was probably something identified as well on the pistol round by that double lurk, but just waiting for contact and then disengaging instead. Also probably reacting to that early pressure that Peep found over towards A main with that aggro stage wall, so ooh, re-clear causes players to peel off. This opens up the door for Empire if they take the timing.
Shoddy? Not going to be the first to crawl forward. It's going to be the follow-up here if they actually get something off it and try and surprise. But it does look like that setup for mid. They already have a look down A ramp on the side of defense. Don't have to be too crazy about it. And yeah, he's peeling back to try and get somewhere safe. Oh, the paranoia. Keeps him alive very fast from Simulacra.
Okay, vent space, mid space occupied. I like that Monarch don't engage. They just take the deeper lines here, right? Phantom in Fate's hand, the numbers on the A side. It feels like a pretty picture.
Almost missed. How do they play this, though? Life or for the fight? Actually staying in the fight. Fate's going to stay here. One just underneath, trying to draw eyes like the position's changed, but it hasn't. Still up on top, and they try to look. The trade there. Can they get to the Phantom is the question. No, they can't. Everybody just runs forward with the Spectres to see if they can grab that back into the hands once they get a little money back. Nicely done.
Yeah, while the Phantom drops, they do enough to keep it out of the hands of those attackers, out of the ecoers, and they rotate there, the pivot as well. I thought they finally were going to get the refrag to shut down that Spectre, but that's the moment where Simulacra strikes out of Ali's side as well. So well paced in that regard. If they were sure it's going to be at the end, and that's how they keep it pretty clean coming into the next weapon. Recovered? No, they lost the Phantom?
It looks like it.
That's not good.
401 Simulacra making a bit of the money back. Hopefully they can get it when they need to in the following rounds. But yeah, this is going to be tough to get through the guns of Empire.
They are starting a bit A-side, waiting for that initial fight that's now come 2 out of 2 rounds. This time it's Fate just holding the deep dark cover with that shotgun. And I feel like that's a good thing that Monarch's done. They get aggressive without getting punished for it in these early rounds. They've yet to this time as well. And there it is, see? They done it again. First blood.
Blair's timing. Like in the beginning, they even expected it.
Yeah, that's
now
true.
it's just scattered amongst the round that you want to use it. Oh, okay, we passed the minute. Nobody's gonna peek. No, Blair will still peek. What's gonna happen on the third round?
This is shipping up. Interestingly enough, Arthur trying to solidify that option, that backdoor, but the regroup looking strong for Monarch X. 3 players here. You talked about Blair's timing, right place, right time. Almost swings into contact. Instead, the decay. Is it enough? Oh,
Clean. Oh, a little hot feet there. They know. They know. It's like, I'm not entering that right now. It's occupied. And an easy hold here as the Haunt gets shot down. They are confirmed with that knowledge. And it looks like Sober Sushi will save. So the low buy perseveres here. I should have said low buy. Their bonus buy, rather. Perseveres for Monarch.
Even after they weren't able to recollect that 4-step Phantom from Fate. And it might be too early to call, but I feel like I haven't seen like a decisive game plan from Empire coming into these rounds. Aside from that pistol round early fight, but then I got that got thrown into chaos when Clappy was first blooded. So I do just want to see like everyone on the same page towards one all-in idea, even if that's oversimplifying, just to see what happens for this team and if we can get them back into the swing of things. I think the most decisive they looked was that second round eco where they got mid space, but then after that fact is when they started peeling off a little bit. And again, when Monarch have better weapons anyways, it's like if you're taking team fights together, it still might not be enough.
Yeah, it could be those pistols too. Like you hear strategies the coach is saying like, well, we had a first 6. So you win the pistol and you have a very good idea of what to do in those first 6. And then obviously alts are going to throw everything off the rails once they start coming up. But like, it could have easily been that. Looking so clean in that pistol, ready to execute, and now they don't have that kind of advantage to ride on. And sourcing these rounds for kills, that'll do just fine. Take out the one that's been dropping you in first blood.
Okay. Trying to get that rifle out of the purvey of keep here. I was maybe expecting a fast pivot there to try and help them go for that collection agent, but just the mid regroup, disrespect the Sage while vie out some of that utility, but with a minute left, gonna have to make a decision on the end point here before Monarch executed in their own hands. Look at Fate.
Oh, nice slow on the util. I kind of like the way they're denying this, but it does seem like they're still losing the ground as they back up a little bit. Just on the heels, can't get the play to go through, and they're just drawing eyes now.
That's the issue. There's 40 seconds left. You still have to get into the B site, and your duelist is completely isolated, playing more for a lurk backstab. And
It's going to make it interesting for the three trying to enter from B. That's for sure, because these two can drop out of heaven and just wreak havoc on anybody coming in. So that's going to be even quicker.
Oh, util though. Here, actually, no delay, no paranoia, no Raidiant. That's the big pain point, but long range heaven, raptor weapons staring you down. They don't even need the util. They do it the old fashioned way, and Peep's the only one that can shoot them up just a little bit with the sheriff. 2 on the round, that's all they wrote. And finally, Clappy gets back to the party, but fortunately a little too late. And Monarch X up 4-0 on Empire's pick.
Yeah, that one seemed like Clappy took the space because that was available, and honestly, that deep into vent, it usually throws a team off. But in the way Monarch was playing, they really didn't have to worry about too much. They still had Asadia on ramp, and could play instantly back to that vent and walk down ramp or play the vent. So yeah, they had an idea how to play around it, and I think they know Empire is going to try to go for these quick hits and send somebody right in.
Oh, speaking of sending someone right in, yeah, Fate's already through A main, cleared it out. Alert player forced to regroup with the team, split between their legs, and no, wow, Clappy.
And, oh, Cora. Sia and Arth are down, but they are still with the answer. Clappy makes it into the site. Oh, they're going to push forward. Oh my, 2 flanking already? This timing is actually kind of insane because without the spike planted, they're not going to start to turn around just yet. And that would reset the timer. There we go.
Oh, the flank.
I've got your trail.
Oh, Peep, I like this. Just snake bite, get out. Further seekers to delay any sort of regroup retake attempt. Yeah. Asadia, the one that opened up the round from sight, but the trade's too clean. Just like that. What just happened?
Yeah, it looked like they went coming in from spawn. Asadia kind of went for a Rambo spray and went down, and with everybody looking that way, there was still another one, and another, and another coming out of B main and squashed the play, folded them up, and we're on to round 6.
Yeah, I feel like that was the most promising look we've seen at Empire, which makes it painful that they have to take the time out here and now, right? We saw a great entry from Clappy, perfect timing of the regroup as well into B main. It shut down the anchors finally, but because he didn't have like an external lurk player, because that showstopper took so much space A side, they had immediate pressure breathing down their neck on the flank that they couldn't handle, and they couldn't really effectively flip into alley either because they weren't ahead of the game in any regard. So I don't really have an answer, I think, yet just coming out of this timeout. I do think the more direct barrier drop plays, like what we just saw, are going to be better than these kind of directionless defaults, we can call them.
Yeah. I think being behind the play, it seems like Empire is doing the right thing. It's kind of when they have that chance to work the space, and then they have to source a Monarch player alone or do a dry peek. Everything they've been doing with utility is synced up. Really is. Just those last moments. It's almost like Peep cleared the garage, right? To delay with Viper's Bite. And then just the fight from up front. Nobody was positioned yet for that garage fight because maybe the garage fight, they thought they had a few more seconds kind of thing. But Monarch, they are not playing on the same clock. Their seconds are shorter or something.
Talking about a stellar sub as well. Simulacra 7-1 right now.
Yeah.
And this is funny, you're gonna maybe wall the A space, so you're not gonna expect the operator ramps either. This shows a team that's having fun trying to get inside the heads of Empire, who just took a timeout and are on an eco. Well, here we go. I think they spotted her.
Haircut? Yep. Oh, the dog doesn't see that far. Oh my God, Blair? The Viper operator. We'd love to see it. I'd love to see it in anybody's hands, but making it work without having an escape is even better.
Just
Yeah,
like
stepping
that.
up again.
Yeah, you can't. Oh no.
No
They're
way.
just- The heal too. Okay, see ya. See ya doing see ya things. They regroup back. Support their invents, but now they're left all alone. Arthur, Stinger trying to say debate them into the engagements, and they do for the first, but not enough bullets in that limited Stinger clip to transfer to close out. And Monarch X up 6-0 on Empire's map pick. We mentioned, remember we mentioned, we're like, okay, is this the issues against Swimtrug Blue or issues with Split? I think we've known now that's the former.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just Frag Blue. And they picked the op back up. And now Fate has it. The Rays has it. This actually is something that could... I wish more teams did. A lot of the times, if the team can act on it right away, they'll just crush you. Because like we said, they don't really have an escape. But you're switching it up in different positions when Empire already can't get a footing. I would hate to see that as them.
Yeah, and you now see why it evidently was because the Viper's pit. They wanted it in mid-space. Clappy disrespects it in mid-space.
Very nice.
And just like that, this has been the one victory perpetually Empire can find, is getting that mid-space, but then they don't have a way forward off of it. They don't convert out of it. And even here, they just found the opener there, and they're backing out towards Peep, who... Yeah.
Hasn't made that ground yet.
Yeah.
And this could have been a heaven res situation where they get that space, but you still have to use the alternate deal.
Oh, wow. They're actually going to retake A. I think they're going to give up that space, play for the res in mid.
Yeah.
Oh.
It looks
CD
like
wants
they're
one,
backing
though.
up.
This would be Nightfall to retake. Oh.
Ooh. It's such an
Typical
inkling to just get a bit more info, but nobody else is there to assist for now. They get that res. They at least repair a little bit. Night falls out, as you said. Now they have to focus through Drop of Heaven or this A side
Arthur
that's
hears
being
this.
very much heard.
Ooh, nice crunch play set up. The timing, though. Arthur wants all of the fame, the fortune, the recognition. The three-piece delivers. Fate hasn't used the boom bot yet to get any additional space out of screens either, so... Feel a little hopeless here. Just maybe trying to play for some econ damage and an otherwise down team that's about to get their first round.
Just breathe it deep. Set it in the ult. They're gonna get out of it. Maybe a chance to peek. A quick flick. Ooh, a quick flick from Fate. Save with the blast pack. Gets out alive, but it's a much needed round. Talk about Empire on this one. Is it a kill? Oh my gosh. Just freeze frame right there. Empire grabbed one, and it was a bit of the cross map. They got the mid, and even without that space on A, they still just took it as a team, and that's what we've kind of been praising them for, is as a team, they're making it work.
Yeah, and that's where my question mark comes from. Okay, did Empire make the right call, or did Monarch X make a mistake? I think they did make a mistake. They tunnel vision too much on the resurrection. When I can say confidently,
sure.
I do think Korra and Sadia would have been able to hold the A space on their own if they didn't give it up and play for that retake. So, all in all, they're saying, okay, we're gonna take the space, keep the space this time around. A main peep. Ooh, tracking. You can't get out.
Ooh, I don't know how Sadia got out. It's like, this is already turning bad, though. Blair, of course. The operator's back mid. This is what do you expect, though. Clappy's got to rush it. Picked up, and now the map is torn apart.
How does going this spawn side help, the spike help the cause? Luckily, I was worried about this, so she's able to regroup with the neon.
Coming. Yeah.
Yeah, so they majorly dodged a bullet here. Arthur,
the
though,
timings
still
are
no
so
from the
weird.
shadows. Yeah.
Oh, stepped on the trash can.
They're just, they're all on a different page. They don't have a game plan. And finally it comes to a head. I was worried the neon would go back mid and die, and it would have been like, okay, maybe Spike's never gonna go down, and it still might not. From the shadows into elbow, Sober Sushi keeps it afloat. Every single player for Empire putting themselves out on a limb and winning their engagements. Clappy.
Ooh. Oh, just out in the open. The audacity. Get that swing peek in at the last moment. All right, so we're Sushi. Now they know it's going to be up top, so you can reset for this. It's looking good for EMP here. There's one shot to the gut of Korra. This should be cleaned up by the operator, and Clappy doesn't miss those. Down the scope. Takes down Asadia, and that is another round for EMP. It's in time to make it 6-6, but they got to keep going.
Absolutely, and it's a very roundabout way, but they get there. And that's where I think Monarch X, if they were a little bit faster to re-clear the space behind that Nightfall, they would have narrowed down their options to this being an A end. Instead, again, it was a lot of isolated fights instead of a regroup, retake mentality, and that's when they lost track of things. And Empire, again, that's why they go for these Dark Malicious defaults, is then they can play super reactive in the moment. But this round, similar start. Double up mid, double up main, solo Viper lurk, and Monarch X, similar start as well. They want to challenge somewhere, this time though, with a broken buy behind it. Don't know how that's gonna go.
Oh my gosh, the aggression at A, now the aggression at mid. Remember, Blair even hit a shot here last round. There is no breathing room for Empire right now.
Ooh, they don't know about water side. And no, Simulacra head on a swivel, still gets the 180 flick side, and Arthur, one of the wall destroyers here in the round. They've narrowed down their options. They know Spike has to be recovered anyways. So a nice little bait setup here. If you're clearing top or bottom, the other will get ya.
Jeez. Peeking, looking. Cora backs up, gets a gun. Whoa.
What is this?
What the?
They're getting a little impatient, it looks like.
Ooh. Out of that for a second. Everybody peeks. One does come through, but that's a 3K coming in for Asadia. And another round for Monarch X.
Yeah, I think that was really nice leverage of the double up hero rifle buy, right? You have Fate solo A, you have Asadia paired with that double stack of Simulacra and Blair. And Asadia gets the opener, and then they re-engage off of a perfectly placed paranoia that if they didn't have it, those players would not have been lined up and knocked down on the Empire side. So lead guaranteed off of basically a thrifty round. Operator's back in Blair's hands. There's some ults on Empire's side that could then still favor the idea of a close half, but if falsely invested and no conversion found, it's gonna be a difficult half. And oh, again, they're always springing forward, Rivington.
You're kidding me. You're like, how can they be this active? Just
as the team not on double duelist, by the way, or neither. As I sorry.
Windows. I mean, it's Blair, right? It's the Viper, the controller that's getting a lot of these first bloods. That one obviously going to a different member. Fate goes forward, but Empire's looking to strike back here. Good swing, good anchor, but again, Monarch is there to answer these kills.
Well, it's a difficult Arthur left, I was gonna say, in a 1v3. Finally uses it from the shadows, and there were so many situations you wanted to have it online, and it's just unfortunate that that's when you get to invest it. And yep, there's the 8-2. Still the Seekers and the Resurrection online at a bare minimum. That's why the Sage Wall mid was invested to maybe try and pick up a fallen teammate and keep the action going. But now it's like, okay, Empire, we said what was working for them? Taking mid space, converting off of mid space. What is Monarch X now doing? Denying said mid space. They just rotate so fast through vents now. Or again, Blair's just able to anchor it fruitfully that it's
Here's another paranoia B main. Shooting smoke. Oh, did they hear both TPs with the smoke going out? Oh yeah. And the paranoia. Oh my God. It still hit it. An answer for everything. Set up on ramp. Nice shot from Clappy though. There has to be an answer at some point, and it's gonna be a Clappy slide in. Seems like they're straggling a bit into the site. They go for the fight. Can they grab the Vandal? It's a step process right now, but Empire's completing it.
Really nice pause and double fight there. Get the hero rifle in hand. Hopefully get the timing. Cora, I'll see what the Seeker first. Should prime Sia for the fight. Clappy, low HP. This might give the gun back. I don't know.
Oh, with the util. Oh, that's so funky. They went to throw out the util, and it kind of messed up the shot. They all return on it with the res on Blair. Oh, Monarch, they have an answer, and even if you shoot them, they'll res somebody back in. They get another round. That's going to be 9 on the first half now, as they are making it so difficult for Empire to gain ground.
Yeah, such a great attempt there on that eco round as well out of Empire, right? Finally simplifying it, handling the opening pressure, making the right call, and having a nice little duo fight there on to get a mistake out of Monarch X. But yeah, I'm glad they invested the res. They knew there was only 2 rounds left in the half. It's like their point confirmed. 9th now. And Empire going back to their, I was gonna say their default, but they've slightly adjusted it so that the Sage is helping out on the A side, right? Peep and Sia, because of how much Peep's getting bullied. And now they just started bullying Arthur, so it's like, okay, now we can't really do either.
Insta Prowler. Who's going to take the space? Blair.
Up
And now
on the
this line. How long, though? Like, you can tell a lot by the timing, right? Did they give
Just
it
stay
10?
here.
Did they give it 5? So it's been
This-
5 seconds. Still the
Monarch X, they get
Nancy,
impatient.
though. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't mind Nancy. Okay, 10 seconds. Oh, the B play, though. So it's actually still going to wait to see if the B play activates anything at A. So, yeah, they wait a long time with that up.
Ooh, nice
delay
satchel
here.
usage. Nice slow, no punish. Speaking of punishment, though,
Jeez.
Blair leverages the patience, stayed on the line. But the resurrection online means that they should be guaranteed to lift them back up the wall as well. The respect shown for Blair on the off. Their disrespect shown over towards B side. That re-clear falling flat.
That's the default Neon hit. Are they going to wait? They're going to go in? Nobody's here for it.
Yeah. Again, the spike's so far back. Again, they've been disconnected from the Neon. That now the overdrive's basically moot on an entry point.
Yeah, I think they're getting hyped in the moment again. State of the game resets need to happen here. 'Cause Monarch is just set up to knock them down as they come in.
30 seconds left.
So Malak, I mean, it's still a 3v3. 30 seconds isn't too much of a pressure cooker just yet, but they're trying to gain space. Just they don't need to take like that.
Oh, and they haven't shut down the Omen. They leave it as well as we'll address it later, but there is
Yeah.
no later. The half is up. Double digits found for Monarch X after the backstab through main, and 10-2. This split, obviously a mistaken choice out of Empire.
Thinking that they could throw a fast one at Monarch X, and they know these streets. Instantly playing into the face. They played attack from defense that last half, and now they're on attack. So what are they going to do? What else are they going to do?
Yeah, side swap. It's a great way to set momentum back to 0 if you couldn't find the solution in that half. I do think Clappy as an individual has been again trying to initiate, but then it feels like the plan's a little mismatched. So that does make me think that they will be able to accomplish more on their own this half towards the objective. But I mean, it does feel like Monarch X are just gonna pedal the metal, like 5 towards one side, 5 towards next, and you only need 3 rounds of that to find success here. Are we gonna Avengers it? We're Avengersing!
Let's go!
Avengers!
3, 2, 1, hit it. Come on. I was off by a second.
Oh, and now
They're over.
Yeah, Sia's heard it. Ooh. They're backpedal. I talked about the individualness.
They're splitting. Why are they? Why did they split on that? The Avengers stick together. Empire takes full advantage of all of that with some very nice shots. A pistol round that is needed in every way possible.
Ooh, reload on the classic.
All the
difficult.
neutral stop.
Player
Yeah,
standing.
bloody paranoia.
Scream in. It's just a smother style gameplay. Nicely done. It's what you need to do because that's exactly what Monarch was doing to them.
And it's all kickstarted as well by Clappy fighting their own battle over towards ramp and getting 2 as well. And then immediately after that, they don't keep going. You talked about how, okay, Monarch X splintered, Empire then regroup and go 4 strong through screens. So that time they looked like they were all on the same page after the individuals of Clappy kickstarted it, which is exactly what you want, I think, from a duelist and the accompanying team. So getting that pistol, at least a lifeline for the time being here. I'll just keep it up and look at this Outlaw Bucky combination. It does scare me, Riv, a little bit.
Where's that Bucky going? It's going to L room. Yeah, that's when it gets scary. Oh, over the wall. Got it. Judge to the backside. Bucky to the front.
Need to pause, cut
Pass at
noise.
the feet. Yeah, this is crazy. Things need to settle down. The Jack in the Box strategy didn't pay off right away. Wait, what's the escape? What's the escape? There's like a Houdini over here.
They got
Peep
the
actually
heel
still
over the
creeping
wall.
up. Oh. And stay.
Wait a minute.
Nicely done. Blair doing a little bit of work towards A, but they can't make too much noise through the water. I think they start running halfway, maybe.
Some ping is into heaven.
They have a minute. They don't have to run at all.
The attack from the Flash, and they've avoided it successfully. So the Viper also going to peel off towards mid space. It is just Sober Sushi here, and I feel like they are about to get a bullet to the back.
Nice little mid fake on the smoke, and there is the backstab. Can't get the classic to ring, but they've already done the damage. Ooh, Clappy with a little hop step there to make sure the stinger works effectively. Get the heal up. and 4 strong coming from that screen side again. They do split it into a 1-3, and it's going to be effective for them hiding right in the open part of the site. Cora hunkers down for a battle, and it's not going to last very long. Clappy with the slide, the win, and the defuse. Yeah, go ahead. Get your ult point. Get your ultimate.
Yeah, the timing in that heaven fight is crazy, right? People like runs in front of the gun for Sober Sushi, and then she gets to get the heal off on the Clappy, so Clappy can continue on that re-entry. So, yeah, and the sacrifice for the greater good type of round to keep that chance alive after, again, Blair found that opening pretty heavily that we weren't seeing, I feel like, the lurks from Empire able to accomplish. So, will be a problem to revisit later if it ends up flipping towards a round advantage, but for now, to give them a little bit more money on that second round eco coming into the next, and they're going to need that considering they forced into, again, that Outlaw and that Bucky.
Yeah, you see that hurting Fate at the moment. There's a Stinga. A little regen. Maybe you soak up some utility with that to get a better return. Oh, that was a deep guiding light, and they're going to take all that space at B main. They don't like where Pete played last round. Yeah.
Taking it down.
Instant clear. And the Yudge picked up.
Wait, I don't think they realize that the main flank is coming this fast for the high-low around box, and the double down from Sober Sushi. Too late to the party. No guiding light setup. No trade ability. Just has to disengage. And we talked about it. Finding this mid-space and converting off of it has been what Empire couldn't do in their half. And here, you can already see the difference, right? They have a similar game plan. They're on the same page. The A late regroup here. Sia looking to discombobulate this game plan, but I feel like the choke, the dark cover, all setting Fate up perfectly.
Oh no. Oh god. When the crosshair hovers over him, I just get so scared. Great clear. The comeback in. They're pretty about it now. Oh god, I thought that was gonna work for a second. Maybe they crossed paths, ships in the night, but it did not happen that way. Sia with 2 big ones. The Vandal's there.
Planet for Heaven, though.
Yeah. Coated in gold. Let's see if I can make it work.
Single goes slow if they can get on the spike after clearing sight.
I was thinking of that. Oh, it's so out in the open. You slow to the left and hopefully walk in. Oh no, the paranoia. They're not even gonna have to worry about it. Blair picks that up. Another one fed to the Viper. The Simulacra still doing great throughout the series here as they sub in.
It's difficult because it does feel like Monarch X are starting to let the scoreline get ahead of them, right? They were taking so many forward fights alone, right? Fate literally diving into Crossfire somehow gets one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's the duelist. Like, you'll still have numbers in a spike plan. But then Asadia also, I believe it was, also fighting for screens behind that. Like, I feel like they were giving way too much, like, disrespect towards Empire. That Sia started to flip back in their favor, but yeah, a bit unfortunate in that regard. That was a huge round that you could have secured, and now bye to bye. Ults on the side of Monarch X that would be the one to force an 8-round overtime comeback.
Everybody, because here comes Blair. Are they gonna clear and collect this? Oh my peeps! What a play! Shutting down Monarch, and they're tracking one of the biggest ones. This is a round where Monarch want to go for the throat and take control back, and they are just stopped. Dead.
A huge shut up between those two anchors. See ya. Oh, we're Avengerings again. But this is like after Endgame when like half of them are gone. Or Infinity War.
There's already, the snap already happened.
Yeah, exactly. Half the team is gone.
See ya. They go in. They're gonna have a little bit of smoke cover here too, so they can encroach even more before just rolling out. Offensive slows are usually defensive slows too. Like they never work in your favor there, so they can't move too far.
Whoa! It is very just. The Avengers this time aren't splitting up, and in fact, okay, look, they're back. They've gone back in time. The full squad is here. The snap reversed, and just like that, they're on for the flawless victory. The one in millions of possibility. Blair leading them towards that conclusion. We just speed ran what, like 6 hours of movies in one round, just like that.
Crazy.
All right, wait. Who? It's that's Black Widow who doesn't survive. Spoiler alert, guys. If you haven't watched it, go back to when it came out. All right, Clappy. Can you hold on to the ops? The question now.
Oh, Vision.
And
Who's next?
okay. And they just don't want this off in their hands at all, right? They're the ones to with rounds to burn, money to spend in subsequent rounds. Oh,
and that one's an I don't feel so good, Toby.
no.
That's tough.
Match
Game point for Monarch.
Towards their eternal rest.
Okay. 12-4. We mentioned 8 rounds needed. Now to get to overtime.
Yeah.
And that's where its issue is. You're scraping the bottom of the barrel round after round. Because you lose, you're out. There are some ults like that Resurrection for Sia that I could see posing a difference later on, but I think Monarch X ending this with a death ball off a possible Nightfall with that A main orb does feel very Monarch X styling. So we'll see what happens, especially with Empire playing a very retake-centric look to this defensive start. I need the Nightfall for it. Alright, sure.
Looking around, clear, good. All's calm. Sometimes it feels too scary when things like this happen. I mean, they're not going to be able to take more space. They have the walls around them that they need. So yeah, garrison up. And maybe a late look. No, that's just a late angle. All the way in sewers. Blair should come back.
I will say, when there's been minimal players, the retakes on A have come close. So with 5 strong, even with a weapon differential, there's hope here.
Coming in. That utility goes out now. Oh, Sia. Wait, Peeves makes it work with the judge as well, and they're getting into the site pretty clean here, but there's still a back line, and that's gonna be Cora and Blair to make it 13, to make it an overall win on the map.